Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Twisted Koi. How are we doing out there, cupcakes, on this rainy, miserable Wednesday morning? And you! I said him before, I'll do it again because he's a brand new channel. He's only got a couple of subscribers. Pondering Koi. Go across, give him a like, give him a subscribe, drop him a comment. Tell him a twisted one saying, yeah, no doubt it will tickle him pink. Well, this morning we're going to spin the camera around and we're going to do a daily routine of Rick's life as he goes around and checks on everything and everyone. So I'm going to put a microphone on our Ricardo and then I'll spin the camera around.
Boss mic's on, it makes hell of a noise, doesn't it?
Does it?
And you rustle stuff.
You're rustling.
So, because the weather's rank, we'll just do a scoot round. And
So it's just an eyeball test, and then if you see anything that doesn't look right,
so we'll do here. We'll do it the road later when we got there, because we're going to tidy up later.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a mess.
So you create more carnage up there. Yes.
Oh yes. Yeah. 27
degrees.
I'll be loving that,
And
aren't you?
not giving you any problems with fired it back up and not turn it off.
I had to bypass the fuse. That sounds wrong. I had to so the electrician had put it through on its own separate line and everything,
Yeah.
but it'd still run it to a plug in a nice box and everything on a 13 amp fuse, which was absolutely fine through the summer and the autumn when it was running warm, but the minute it started running hard when it was cold, it just fried the fuse. So I've had to bypass it and go to a 32 amp fuse.
Fucking hell.
Which is what's already, no, because he'd already done it. So the electrician did it all,
Right.
put a 32 amp fuse switch and everything on it, but then he went to a 13 amp plug fuse. So I've rewired it, and it, touch wood, hasn't missed a beat since. But I'm not an electrician. I shouldn't.
I'm just, I'm actually, my head's going, but he's not an electrician.
So, yeah, it's just.
Mate, these just get better and better, don't they? Glasses are fucked up though. Yeah, now I know how Dave feels.
Clean up pretty quick, mate.
Mate, you've got to be happy.
Yeah, there's some good fish amongst them. Really nice, really good fish amongst them.
Yeah.
Minute, but yeah.
Best you've done in a while?
I don't know. What I've learned over the years, massively, is environment kicks the shit out of anything else. So the genetics have to be there.
Yep.
Don't get the environment right, you might as well watch the note. It's just, yeah. So if you looked at these fish in some of our other setups, you'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
they're not very good. That's purely environmental. So when I think of some of the Momotaro stuff, the Ueno showers we used to do, they were as good as these, but without the right environment, you don't get the right outcome from them.
Right.
So, yeah.
Hence the want to put another polytunnel up at Phoenix 2 to give another area that you can keep warm better for.
Well, yeah. Over the years, all the setups I've had have outperformed everything else on the farm massively, but the costs of them are a nightmare. The running costs.
Yeah.
So to get Sean to go, yeah, look, amazing. They've jumped to year class. They've done, but I'm not paying for that because the cost just multiplies. You know, these, and these have already eaten probably 500 quid on food, a couple of kilowatts in power. So they're already cost this one setup. We've got 21 ponds of TOSA on the farm.
Yeah.
These two have cost more than the other 20 put together. That's the difference.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes down to, you can put shitloads of money into making them look good, but then you've got to charge the customer a shitload of money to make some money.
Yeah.
Whereas the stuff that's not in these conditions, once they go back out for a summer, do start catching them back up.
Yeah, when they go out
And
to
they
the mud
still
ponds.
haven't cost the money. So we could sell them as, we could sell the Nisai from the farm, say £100 a fish, and make a good margin. These would be £300 a fish to make the same margin.
Yeah.
Swings and roundabouts, isn't it? I want to keep them all like this,
Yeah.
to give them the full, so they represent exactly what you're getting from Japan. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people look at our fish and go, oh, they're smaller than the fish in Japan at that age. But it's all environmental.
But I haven't seen the
Massively.
video. But I have been told about the video. Exclusively Koi done a video, and when they were unboxing some fish, and they actually said that they're behind the curve where the Ginrinch Yasu was concerned, because you were already on it.
It's just a variety, isn't it? It's just something that they had a few in a box and went, they're nice. Oh shit.
Rick's already
Yeah,
done that.
behind that. But yeah, that's the difference. So you think every single fish in Japan is going from a hotter summer than we have into heated facilities for a winter. So they're on a par with these. That's it. That's the difference. Whereas we've got 20 ponds of Tosai that are now where they were in September.
Yeah.
So
Because
we've
they're
literally lost, on one hand, you've lost 6 or 7 months, which is massive.
But
So yeah, it's just making it viable. So we used to have, where we're working at Phoenix, that was built specifically for growing Tosai under heat. We were ahead of the curve. 20 years ago, I had 75 heated ponds for doing it. Couldn't get the money for the fish because they were mostly being grown without natural light. You didn't get the colour right.
Yeah.
So, or you get the size, all the Tosai are now 30 centimetres, but they look like crap, so they then have to go back outside. And you're not gaining what you want to be gaining. So
for like Phoenix 2, if you was to put a tunnel inside the tunnel, even without the air source heat pump, that will already drastically.
yeah,
So-
you'll see a massive, because your temperatures through the summer are 5 degrees warmer, so you'll get proper, almost too hot in the summer. But the ponds, everything, we'll go through the plans what we want to do in there, but everything's fully insulated and will be at least single, if not double, skinned.
Yeah.
So we're probably
Like
gaining around 10 degrees continually. So that's 3,000 degree hours in a year.
Yeah.
So you're basically doubling what those fish will naturally do, just from that.
Yeah.
So that, it brings them much more in line with what you'd be seeing coming from the farms in Japan or a warm country where they've got the natural heat or whatever. So yeah, it's going to be a busy year. I've worked out the breeding program. So, well, I say I worked out. I've roughly worked out what I want to do when,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's 36 females. So it'll be about 70 fish in total to be used, if all goes to plan. Done in 3 main batches. So
Yeah.
the late spawners we've done the last few years are just a waste of time,
Yeah.
really.
So are you gonna try doing the first set earlier this year?
No, you can't. We've done that in the past as well. The problem is if you can't maintain 18 to 20 degrees on all the fry ponds, then you're wasting your time. So yes, I could breed them next month. But how do I keep 250,000 fish across 12 ponds
Yeah.
at that temperature? You just wait. So yeah, as much as it seems like the thing to do, the spawn, say if you do them in April when you got the natural day length and temperature helping you.
Yeah.
So April, May, June, that's 3 months. Beyond that, yeah. So if I can do 12 females in April, 12 1st of May and 12 1st of June, that gives me more than 36 different combinations because of the different males.
Yeah.
Gives us more varieties across the board. That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
So
The first ones will be the Gazrods, won't it?
no.
No.
I can't do it. That doesn't work. So no, the first ones will be.
But the Gazrods are going to be the more labour-intensive ones, though, aren't they? Because you're going to
No.
have to sift through.
That's only a handful of fish, though, isn't it? They're only labour intensive because they've got to sit somewhere for a longer period before they get shipped at 4 weeks old on the same day for everyone. So no, the first ones will be fish that have to be culled the hardest. So your kahaku, sanki, goshki, the ones that we can get from 100,000 down to 2,000 the quickest.
Yep.
They'll be the ones that'll be done first. Then I'll do the black base stuff, and then we'll do the easier. If it goes to plan, there's someone else on the horizon as well. Maybe talk about that another day.
Ooh.
So everything in here is running. That's good.
Yep. How are we doing in here? We haven't been in here for a little while. So you're going to be doing Sanky again this year?
Yeah.
Which parent set are you going to use? Are you going to use the Gaswad pair? Or are you going to change it?
No, well, I've got a whole load of different. I want to do as many different combinations as possible, and I've just my entire plan, if I can, is have all 40 Tosai ponds with a different parent set in each. So there'll be 40 different combinations in total.
Yeah.
So that gives me. So if I just stick to my best Sankies, they're all going to be Wagoi. That's it.
Yeah.
So I want to do Deutz and Gimrin as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously balancing up different combinations. So last year every single Sankey pretty much was from one male.
Yep. This one.
Which is one Lee Hadfield's male. But I've got some more.
But yeah, there's quite a few nice Sankies in there now, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot of different combinations. So I've got the Sakai Company stuff, Tamora stuff, the Dragon Ball stuff. It's getting the right balance, and if I do a smaller amount from each combination, I can really start pinning down, because we had too many colour failures on. It was the Gaswads. When I pushed them, we had too many Benny failures.
Right.
The Tamora ones, the patterns weren't good enough for the numbers of fish that we can produce. So a balance. And you've got a pond like this, the chances are, I mean, all the Hitsuris aren't even going to be used this year.
No, I was just about to say, I very much doubt you'll do Hitsuri this year, will you?
So on my list of 36 parents, there's no Hitsuri.
Yep.
There's no Kitsuri at the minute. There's no Chagoi, there's no Soragoi. There's lots of stuff that's not on it. When you think about doing 36 spawnings.
Yeah.
So
are you going to spawn the big Aragoki this year?
That's quite high on the list of. Yeah.
This one down here.
No.
The big
that was
Aragoki.
That was a good. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it at all, but I think
I know you don't. But
from a sales, what I can do with it.
Yeah. A big, huge Ginrin sales on it is unreal.
Yeah.
When it comes out from underneath the bridge.
The main reason I don't like it is those gill plates do my head in.
It's got a little bit of gill curl, hasn't it?
But that's not a genetic thing. That's an environmental thing from that batch.
Yeah. Because you said pretty much all of the whole batch were like that, weren't they?
No, yeah, the ones that he kept inside, reared that way, were like it.
So you said Goshki, any Kajaku this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got two different lines of Kajaki to do. So we got the more jumbo line. So like the big one is Sean's Pond, and this one
Yep.
down here more like orangey, metallic-y Benny.
Yep.
They grow, but you don't tend to get that depth of colour in them.
Yep.
So that'll be the more traditional line, and then we'll do the red ones, which has got more Benny Ginger in it.
Yeah. That's the Mark Gardner one, isn't it?
That's the Mark Gardner one, and I've got, yeah. So I've got Omasako line to go with that one. So there's certain stuff that's high on the agenda,
Yeah.
but basically it's going to be get all the hard pattern stuff done first, early,
Yep.
then do all the black base stuff, and then go on to all these metallic, weird and wonderful bits and pieces.
Yeah, because the scales on that is just unreal.
But I mean, that gives me an option of putting that with like a Mizuno Ogon to turn them scales black, to put it with an Akamatsuba, to put it with like an Ogon. We've got different bits, so I can create lots of different colours.
Yeah. But yeah, the scaling on that is just unreal.
And they grow like weeds as well, so I put that again with one of the big Crashigoi as well we got.
Yeah.
Crashigoi, and I can create some.
I can't see you doing any Asagi this year, but are you going to try the Akamatsubas?
Akamatsubas are on the list, and the Golden Corns are on the list, which will give me Asagis from both to some degree.
But you won't be specifically spawning Asagi.
No.
We don't need them at the moment, do we?
I might do a few just for one of the mud ponds. Just a certain combination I haven't done yet that I want to try with, but
yeah, I really like these Akamatsubas.
But again, there's a pond of fish here. In reality, there's 5 fish in here that might have some use, and the rest have got to go.
Auction time!
Yeah, so talking about an auction, so we're going to do some fish today, which will all be cheaper small fish.
Yep.
From the shop and whatever. And then in 2 weeks, I want to go through we've got a load of bigger stuff. I want to probably go through, so like this pond up there, got a pond out the front of the shop. We've got a round tank full of stuff that we went through that never made it for that weekend. See how they go, and then we might do Sean's Pond someone in March as well. There'll be a load of big stuff in there to go.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do the big stuff till we're towards the temperature where people can come and collect them. We don't want them sitting around for ages.
Yeah. They're looking green.
Yeah, there's a lot of fish in this one. So this is all the stuff from Japan last February, a year ago now, isn't it?
Yep. Ooh.
So in here really it's the Goromos and the Yamabuki Ogons that are all that's going to be used. So again, there's 30 fish in here.
Mm-hmm.
There might be 6 of them that get used potentially.
Yep.
It might not be old enough, it might not be much use, I don't know. But again, these are going to want thinning down probably at the end of the summer when they've had another summer's growth.
Yeah. Still quite timid though, aren't you?
Right, it's been wild, isn't it?
Jesus Christ, see how much that's lifted? This could do a retightening. This is one of my favourite ponds. You're going to be using Big Boy again this year?
Yeah, he's got a few jobs this year, that one.
Just do a few jobs.
Few jobs. Yeah.
What are those few jobs?
Few jobs, isn't he? Yeah. The Gimmer and Aragoki Ochiba all come from him.
Yeah.
So he'll be used with that again. I want to do our Cheeky Monkeys come from him.
Yeah.
So they'll be done. I want to cross him with some Golden Corn as well. Ooh. So yeah, there's a few bits, and that's one of his offspring.
Yeah.
The Aragoki one. That will get used with the big Aragoki up there.
Water's murky. He's got beautiful Gimmer and Aragoki scales.
So yeah, it's all about putting into place to get the widest range. Our problem at the minute again is having all the different varieties, and I mean all the different varieties. If we're going to do 32 females with a different combination, we have, like I said, at least 40 to 45 different varieties. There's nowhere else in the world. I don't think any farm in Japan does the varieties we do.
No.
The problem's having, the last few years we've done good spawnings and stuff and kept too many, and then not left enough room for other stuff. And by now, like the shop, we haven't got the mix of varieties we need. We've sold out of certain stuff.
Yeah.
So it's difficult when you got a parent set. You know, we've got a couple of parent sets lined up. The big Kohaku in here, what I want to do.
Yeah.
That and the male, you know, that's £6 worth of outlay. You want to use as much of that as you can, but if I then use that to build a farm,
Yeah.
I don't. It doesn't work. So the only way I can make that work is by doing it super early and then being super hard, and literally just 95% of the offspring gone by June.
Yeah.
And just keeping a small percentage, which sounds easy, but it's not. It's not that easy. Not when you're that busy to go through pond after pond and yeah, be that hard on them. But unfortunately, that's the reality. Obviously, that one parent set might owe us that much, and then Asagis or whatever, they owe us nothing. Yet we'll make more money from the Asagis or the Golden Corns or the Aragokis. So, yeah. But it's criminal when you got fish like that, not to try and get the best from them, but to get the best for the fish is not the best for the business.
No.
So yeah, I mean, the amount of fish in here, and probably 20% of them will get used.
Yeah.
To make those numbers.
Because there's still quite a few fish in this one.
There's too many. These need going through, but again, it's difficult once you get a shot of, you know, all our original Matsukawa Baki are in here. You might find that in 2 years' time, you really want one of them for another combination or whatever. If I sell it off for 100 quid, 200 quid now, then what? Then I've got to try and hunt down another one, haven't I?
Yeah.
There's a big Shiro, one of our homebred Shiros that was kept for a female parent. It's just never made it. It's been in here probably 4 years. It will never get used, probably. But
you're reluctant to get rid of it?
I don't like selling any brood stock.
No, I know you don't.
Yeah. The Ginshiro, there's 3 Ginshiros in there. They might as well go out the door.
Yeah, because they're never going to get used.
No. And when you look at the quality we produced on the Ginshiro Tsuri,
oh mate,
and it's such a hard sell. No one wants them.
The Ginrin Ginchiro that I bowled up yesterday, that came from Twisted Rocket Pond. That's looking fucking banging.
So I haven't seen that one yet. I only saw what you sent me. But yeah, it's like one of those things. Why go to that effort to breed them, to cull the black fry, to give them the pond, to grade them twice, to get them to Nisai? You couldn't buy those fish out in Japan for 100 quid each.
No.
We can't sell them retail at 90 quid each.
Mental.
So why flog that horse? You just write that one off and go, well, they're not a popular variety.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's mad. Yeah, when Ryan did his unboxing, there was one in his batch. I was like, that's absolutely amazing. It was a seriously nice fish, but most people wouldn't tell the difference between that and a load of ours.
No.
Not those sort of hobbyists. But anyway, less of that.
Where are we at?
I'll take that. Carry on our. So yeah, the new tunnel is going to be bigger than that, isn't it?
Yep. A lot longer.
A lot longer.
A bit wider as well, isn't it?
And I said, Alan asked me on the live, how much water's going to be in there? I was like, about 30 tonne. I think it's 185 tonne now. I've actually done the maths.
You're going to have a lot of water up there.
Hopefully. It's getting the water to work, isn't it? So it's going to be for growing them.
Yep.
So the number of fish up there actually be quite low.
Hello, kiddies.
Just. I don't know why this one. There's golden corns in there.
Yep.
Takes them about 30 seconds to realise there's food, and then they normally stick their heads up.
They're under the surface.
So these come from Crafty. Hopefully they'll get their first use.
Enough.
So these have got to be Sanzai now, I should think.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're definitely starting. The two females in there filled up with eggs now.
Sweet.
The males are never particularly keen, but the females are normally up.
You're not too keen on that yellow one, though, are you? You prefer the...
Yeah, it's only the structure. The reason I wanted them is because they can grow big and have a really good structure, but
yeah.
Again, so much of it's environmental. Like where they're there, they're not getting hot enough.
Yeah.
And they're not showing the structure that they will show given the temperature in the right place.
Yeah. Hello, little ones. They're doing alright, aren't they, considering?
So yeah, I mean, all unheated. You can see how far behind they are now. So these were exactly the same as what went in my tunnel.
Yep.
They're like night and day now. Yeah, you don't realise those that are under heat. You don't think they're growing because you see them every day, and until you come and look at a pond like this and go,
shit,
yeah. And to be fair, these were a big average size compared to some.
They were. That was why they came into these ponds, wasn't it?
So a totally different mix. This is all Deutz Kajaku, Goshki Asagi. So I think I'm going to use these two for growing Nisai this year.
Yeah.
Phoenix 2 for growing these. So I'm going to grow the same 5,000, but spread them thinner.
Yeah.
Hopefully get better sounds mad, but I mean, there's 400 in the feed trial up there, 1,000 in Phoenix too, plus my tunnel, so there'd be 1,500 up there. So suddenly it takes some weight off of the farm. I can drop some of the numbers down a bit. See where we're
progressing with it.
The big problem is it's not doing what I want to do, it's doing what the market dictates. And if anyone that sells koi will tell you at the minute, 60 quid pretty small Nisai are a damn sight easier to sell than those fish that have been given that really good environment and now 300 quid.
Yeah.
So again, why with some of them, yes, I will give them that environment to make them that, but yeah, if I could stick these out in a mud pond for a summer and they come back as 30 centimetre Nisai, which is small, but they haven't got no costings, have they? They've not cost any winter heating.
No.
They've not cost anything out in the mud pond. So suddenly, yeah, we could sell them at 60, 80, 100 pounds and make money, and surely that's better for the customer, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know. If that's what people want, who am I to argue?
Down the hatchery. Is H1 empty now, is it?
No. Both of these have still got fish in. Not a lot, but some.
Not a lot.
So we've probably got 4 or 5 weeks before everything's got to come out of these.
Yeah.
What's left here will go up to Phoenix 1, up to, I've got some pond space there now.
Yeah. But having the filtration on these ponds has been a game changer as well, hasn't it? It's helped big time.
It's helped give us a bit more space, because literally all these are ever used for is just to fry. They get too hot, the trouble is these get too hot in the summer, so you do the fry, then they're too hot for doing much with, and then we used to use them just for storing fish for ready for selling or whatever. But having the filters just means we can store more and not have to worry about them in the same manner. They're quite happy.
Yeah. Happy as Larry.
So yeah. I won't feed, there's fish going out of these two today, so they don't get fed.
Yeah.
That's the difference. I mean, no heat going in here, it's just a tunnel. We've probably got 10-degree water sweats, but
They're still climbing over each other to get to food.
yeah. This is the biggest problem. It's all these lower grade fish that you want to get rid of in the summer,
Yeah.
but we just can't get through the ponds quick enough. You come into the autumn and there's a glut of fish on the market. It's difficult to find homes for them all.
That water crescent I've picked up in them two filters now, isn't it?
Day length's changing, isn't it?
Metallics and Hietsuri. Yeah, we've got lots of Hietsuri, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, but again, that's like I say, something I've got to try and avoid. I noticed we must have had a hatch, another one here, look. Must have been a hatch of baby mice. baby rats or baby something. So yeah, these are just all
storage at the moment. But we've got two under heat in here though, haven't we?
oh. Yeah.
Sleigh bar, look at that. Working her treats as I give her a good clean up.
Yeah, they just be sat in there, not in there.
We've got these at 17.
Old one, 82 3 inch.
Can you go and get the 3 bags I need then?
Yeah.
Write on the bags what's supposed to go in them and then bring them back down for me. Cheers.
But they're the Munga Tunnel over still, aren't they?
They are.
These are doing alright.
So these were the bulk of these are those Hitsuri and Pond 12 up the road that when I come back from Christmas they were
Looking back.
looking really, really sorry for themselves. They went down with chili but got frozen in. There hasn't been a single mortality in this since we put them there.
Yeah.
Just that few degree temperature climb and some salt, and yeah,
Makes a massive difference, doesn't it?
just so these are almost ready now to start
Shipping out.
moving out, but again, it's where do you find a market? The camera probably don't pick it up, but 90% of what's in here is quite dark Hitsuri. And the ones up the road are all settled down again now.
Yeah.
So at the minute we've probably got maybe the last 8,000 of the lower grade stuff to get rid of, and then we can start going through some better ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult. Obviously out in Japan these get ploughed into the fields or whatever. These have got to a size where, and I'm not being funny, these have had a couple of colts. It's not like this is just the crap.
No.
These are all obviously the black offspring from the Hitsuri, and then the pattern ones. They're just not
What you want.
the better ones.
And everything we've got in here is sitting by this here airstone, which has been pulled tight. And why is that upside down?
Because
That was supposed to be.
no. Fuck me, you're a nightmare. You can't take him anywhere. Everything was set up. What was he doing?
That wasn't even on there.
It was on there. You just knocked it off when you pulled that out.
Could see him now.
No one didn't see him.
Huh?
No one didn't see him.
Oh, these stash ones, are they?
Yeah, kind of.
And then we come to the gas rods. Mate.
And again, you think the same fish.
Same fish, just thinned out more. They are fucking amazing.
Yeah, so the genetics, literally everywhere you look, every Sankey Kahaku on the farm has got exactly the same genetics,
Yep.
but the environment is the difference between 30 centimetre fish at, what are they now, 10 months old?
10 months old.
No, they're not 10 months old, are they?
No, they're not.
8 months old,
8 months old.
So yeah, from 30 centimetres 8 months down to just the most nondescript, horrible looking things. So you can't do it without the genetics, but the environment is
It's so much more.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Run, shoot.
Both the environment and the temperature also makes a difference to whether they go Aragoki or not, isn't it?
No. You can adjust the size and the way the scales are by tweaking the environment at an early age, but you can't change a Wagoi into an Aragoki.
No.
You can't change. They've still got to be coming from Aragoki, but you can change the scale alignment and aspects of it.
Yeah.
But I've not got it as a science, but I've got it quite close. We're posting, they need banging down.
Nice. Broken leg con. Yep, the broken leg pond.
Broken leg pond. I don't know if Tim's been in there this morning.
Well, Tim's lemons are coming on nice, aren't they?
Yes.
Hey, little ones.
So yeah, you see these Kahako up here.
Fish from the same spawner.
A lot of these are from the same stuff, yeah. So what are these? 7 to 10 centimetre. Very soft, insipid orange. Benny on them still.
Yeah.
You can take the best ones from here, and in 12 weeks up there, sort them out. Thank you very much.
Up there, sort them out, and then
down here, nothing.
Shitloads to do. We'll come up with. If you stay out there, do some health checks or whatever with Carl, get the boxes ready.
They're all wet apparently, so they're drying out.
Wet boxes this time of year is a disaster.
mate, the clarity on these ponds now. On these two.
They look clear, aren't they? Did you change the filter?
No, we just put a settlement chamber on it. And the watercress.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, these are starting to.
There's some banging fish in here, mush.
Yeah, so these will be out in the mud pond come May. Freeing these ponds up for the best from over there and what have you.
Oh, Tancho Kinshower.
Pretty mint that, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Can't believe someone didn't take it when they had the
It
chance.
just needs that pseudonym to darken up, doesn't it? Mind you, that Ginrin one's done a lot of changing, isn't it? It's put on some body now. That's the one Big George keeps asking for.
Yeah, I'm not struggled to
Bro.
all of the Dainichi lot from that spawning. They had massive backbone structure when they were in my tunnel,
Yeah.
and as soon as they've gone into their second year, the backbones are flat. They're still high off the shoulder, but they flatten right out. They're not something. Yeah, They're not great. Flattered to deceive. So as toes are, I mean, they looked mega.
Yeah.
They've not followed through. This summer, I'd really be interested. I'm going to keep a few of them, but I don't think it's something that parent set is not something to carry on with. Then.
Yeah.
Because yeah, even that was my number one fish. That show had gone off over there.
Yep.
I mean, that was so tall and strong, but it's lost that body height massively to the point they're almost flat in the back.
Yeah.
So yeah, strange. It might just be a thing when they get pushed this summer, it comes back, but I doubt it.
Yeah. There's some banging shallows in there.
But you can see the difference. Obviously, my bigger toe side now are closing the gap on these rapidly.
Yeah.
So they, what we call, they basically jump in a year class.
Mm-hmm.
Or these have been held back a year class, whichever way you want to look at it.
Whichever way you want to look at it. There is some bangers in there.
But yeah, these suddenly will fly out in a mud pond. They should do the business.
Right. Let's walk round, check up, done.
Only this bit. But yeah, we'll shut that down. I'll go and bag these fish for now. We'll come back to you.
Last part of this morning's walk round.
We've also done all around the shop. We didn't even take them in the research, we did all the research, did we?
No.
But obviously we did that part of the farm. And I'll see.
We then come up here. First thing he does is he grabs a scoop of food.
They're still eating a bucket of food.
Between all ponds, or just
Yeah, all between all the ponds.
how comes the air pump's not running?
It's not plugged in. No need yet, there's not enough weight of fish in there.
Got you.
But when the next lot, if Brian ships them out to Shari before he goes to Japan, then I will get that on. Literally it's a case of filters running, fish look happy. Simple, got no water spewing out.
Metric ton of fucking Hitsuri.
Yeah, these are ideal because if these get split a lot, if we do get the other one done, these are 250 of these over there, the part of the 1,000,
Yeah.
all grow to 35 cm, and suddenly there's good money in it,
Yeah.
essentially. So they're due to be split into this one when I get round to it. When they're coming to see me a bit stronger, I just scoop them and move
Scoop them and move them then, can't you?
them. No panic at the minute.
But they seem alright.
So they're going to have to stay in here till that's
Done. Operational.
These are due to go back to the shop when we've got space. If we want any more bloody Chagoy and Crackgoy.
Sorry. Same again.
No, these are kept, so these will commit to like the Munga tunnel and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, these are another summer.
And the Shiros and Matsukawabakis. A few of them have gone whiter.
Temperatures. But when we anything, we get some slightly higher temperatures, and then they'll start progressing. Then these are just sails. So all the stuff up the road will end up coming back into this one, that one, and that one. So we've got 3 ponds.
Yep.
Take those.
For holding fish. And then you've got the 2 tunnels for the food trial.
Pretty sure these have come out.
They're looking good though, mate.
Yeah, they're just, I think by the time I'm ready to clear the Munga tunnel in what, 4 weeks,
Yep.
these will be so far behind, they're just not going to be mixable.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Mm.
At least make some muck on. Or again over the road. Well, the road won't be ready. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
totally ready for stocking.
Isn't it?
That's the amount of rain we must have had, because this leaks at about an inch every 24 hours. I know it does. So we're getting so much rain it's actually overflowing the standpipe,
Yep.
even whilst leaking at a... It gets all the water
It gets
off
all the
leak.
water off the two tunnels as well as what goes in it. And you're still not decided on what foods you're going to use for the food trial?
Pretty much. Till I get them and sort it out. It's one of them. I don't even know really why I'm doing it, because some people just ignore what you tell them.
Yep.
It's not like I'm selling it. It's like, this is fact.
Yep.
Oh, but no. Oh, but it's like, well, it is what it is.
The results speak for themselves.
Vince's latest.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I told you you fucking would never survive. So there you go. That's not a job for today. That's running alright. This has got to be drained. These have got to come out anyway.
Yeah. These are the other ones, aren't they, that you was talking about?
This is the pond there that looked like they were going to wipe out when it froze.
So you moved the chunk.
Literally, I checked them. They were fine. It froze, and they went down with chili simultaneously, and there was nothing I could do. It's like, I can't get them out.
No.
Let alone, so when I did get them out, I had loads of ice in them. So yeah, we've got a bit of that.
There's no screw on this one.
Should be hooked under the box where I've removed it.
And then last but not least, some of them coming on quite well, haven't they?
So because this is the lowest point, all that rain is bloody just sitting down in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need little dudes. Let me show some, even though they're not the very best, they're actually starting to show some nice quality about them.
Yeah.
So I think this lot will be stripped out.
What, the whole lot?
No, just all the fish stripping out.
Oh, right. I was going to say, jeez.
No, I might want to grow some more small jack ones here. Grow something there, I don't know yet. I've got quite a lot of little bits I've got laying around that somewhere to go. I'm a hobbyist tonight.
Yeah.
So we've got Crafties event, I've got some Kirins, I've got some Agata Shiros, some
Karashikoi, Kitsuri.
no, they're not for now. So I can have a play, like the grow and show competitions we do and whatever. These are quite good just to
Yeah.
put some bits in and they're out of the way. And if it's an issue, they're just out of the way. It's not a problem, is it?
Yeah. So there we go,
Yeah,
guys.
I mean, they're again, so no, we can't move anything anyway because the farm's cold and
Yeah.
most of them are fish.
So here we go. Daily roundup of what Rick usually has to get up to every morning.
Well, we didn't finish it, did we? We didn't do all the research.
No, we haven't done the research.
Other than that,
Other than that, not bad. Now we're going to go do some work on Felix. Do. Well, my little fruit bats, that's the live out the way. The fish have been selected and there is some bangers. I will be putting out a community post with old pictures there as well. But give you a quick little glimpse. There is some absolutely fucking amazing koi and I'm going to be battling you all for that Ginshiro. That is something special. That and the Ginrinasagi over there. Oh my word. But like I said, there will be a community post with all the fish on, so you can have a look at them in stills as well, because our Carlito has already done that. And if you wasn't watching the live, you wouldn't have got the scoop. Now the scoop being is the plans for Operation Phoenix 2 have been decided. So what was 5 or 6 ponds is now going to become 8 ponds, all with filtration down the centre walkway. Let me spin you around to show you what I mean. So Phoenix 2 is 30 foot wide from corner to corner, and then 110 foot from corner to corner going that way. And then coming in, you've already got this pond, this pond, or this pond here, and this pond here. The base layer for this pond is in, but just needs a little bit of block work. Then going to create a pond here, in between here and here, where there is a round tank at the moment. You'll see that when we go up there in a bit. And then we're going to put another pond in here. And then down the walkway, we're going to put block chambers in, and there'll be 2 to a pond. And then literally you will walk across the top of the filters with the ponds either side of you, very much like you would get in Japan. So this pond here will have this box and this box, and it'll be, see the blue line? The blue line is a 3-inch waste pipe going all the way along there. Now, the sump pump, or the settlement chamber for pond 8 will have a standpipe, and so will each one. So then we can pull this chamber and keep that chamber in situ. But at the same time, if we need to empty the pond, we can pump it straight to waste. And that's going to happen for every pond. So for pond 1, it's going to come into the settlement there, go into whatever chamber we put there, hopefully active K1, and then it will go into there. And then this pond will come in and go there, and we will zigzag backwards and forwards until it's all done. So, yeah. Now Rick estimated it was how many, you estimated how many ton?
I didn't estimate.
To start with.
He goes, how many ton of water in there? And I just said, oh, probably about 30 ton.
About 30 ton. Well, once all finished, we're looking at about 185 tonne of water,
Maybe I might not go that way either.
which is approximately 40,000 gallons. That's a lot of water.
Seems too much.
It doesn't, mate. Not when you look at the size of them ponds. The two big ones down the right hand side.
I thought the big ones were 4,000 gallons each, which means it's too much. But then obviously you were putting 16 filters in that
Yeah.
were going to hold.
A good chunk of water,
They're all going to be a ton, so 16 tonne.
just in filters.
May it be what it be. It makes me work out. So only at 2 foot depth across the board. Well, basically, this entire floor span's got, apart from the walls, it's just water, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Quite a big chunk of it is walls and
Yeah, which is, so if you imagine,
probably a fifth of it.
yeah, I didn't work it out as that, I took out the walls.
Mhm.
Let me just, you never find a calculator on this phone, I know there's one there.
It's because you've got so much other shit on the phone, it's unreal.
My apps are bloody moving round. They moved me the other day, you know what they do, and I didn't touch it.
Reshuffling themselves.
So if you imagine the entire floor space at 2 foot deep, it's 41,250. So even if you took off, so that's in gallons,
Yeah.
that's only at 2 foot. So I don't.
Them walls are bigger than 2 foot.
Yeah, we're not going to be going deeper because by the time you're doing it, I'm just working 2 foot to sensible depth.
All right, as in waterline.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
You're looking. So if you even if it's 2.2 foot, taking out the walls, it's going to be 40,000 gallons, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe. So anyway, maybe it doesn't really matter, does it? They'll work. It's more the filtration to get them to work, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
And
it's,
obviously having a settlement so the ship can just be one pipe. You open this.
yeah.
Done. And
Just like we got in the Munger tunnel, but we're using a standpipe other than instead of a slide valve.
It's just simplicity,
Yeah.
and you should be able to just literally once a fortnight just go down and pull 8 standpipes and then put them up the hose accordingly.
Yeah.
What we do.
So let's just look. So each pond goes into the settlement. So it pumps from the pond to the settlement. That's where you've got your standpipe in the bottom. So these are all concrete walls. So these little walls, just it's only between the pond. It's only that wide, isn't it? It's only 2 blocks, 6, 8 blocks.
You can work out how many blocks it is.
I will, but we can start. 7,358 pounds. We'll do it.
So there we go.
We're on £100 already. Do you want me to add the wages up?
Reminds me of that film. A river runs through it. Jesus Christ. Lost count the amount of times council have come out to clean the fucking ditches and the drains. And yeah, there's one that blocks up that's supposed to go down the side down there. But yeah, we end up with it. And the more it rains, the deeper it gets. The further down you get, the deeper it gets. Poor Sean's fucking lawn, I tell you. Isn't it? You know? Yeah. I'm supposed to have more rain yet. It's gonna be fun going home. It's not that messy, he says.
And I was like, you can see the state of the woodwork. I was up there and it just disintegrated. Yeah, I mean, there's like this whole section here is not even attached. Every beam's broken.
Right across
So
that.
from there, that way is a separate shed to that.
Sure.
And weirdly, as we got more and more sheets down, the whole shed got more and more wobbly.
Yeah, I'm not
Like
surprised.
and the whole shed started rocking. It's like, so at least as we go that way, the drop gets less.
Well, you've only, there's not a lot left to come off, really, is there?
I think we've done 2/3. So we've done all the backside and all there. So what we're trying to do, we've got this panel up. we can get all the rubbish from inside out and get a fire going.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we'll get the doors open anymore.
Yeah, fucking beat them open.
Got some digs open outwards.
Yeah. Or did.
If I go round the other side and fucking ram into it.
Well, yeah, they have to clear. There's so much rubbish on the inside. But yeah, if we can get that out, we can get it out here and start.
Building a fire. Fire!
Better try for that. No, just don't go under that section.
And we're going to have a quick walk inside because when I left Monday, this top half looked nice and clear and clean. Still got loads of stumps to cut out. Just cut them ground level. God, that burnt down lovely, didn't it? So, this one's going to get finished by another block, and then we've got, that'll be pond 8. This is pond 7. So this is 1, 2. This is coming out, and we're going to put one in here up to there, so that's another pond there, so that's 3. That's pond 4 going all the way along there.
Eden's in pond 5. Don't know.
Eden is in pond 5, but he doesn't know it yet. And then we've got 6, 7, 8. No, you're all right. You fucker. So,
Be right now.
mate, how the fuck that didn't drop in on you when you was up there, I don't know.
Yeah, we had ladders and stuff everywhere.
But what I'm saying is, these, it's only the bottom couple of inches that they're fucked. That is, you can use that for the walkway.
There's a lot more work in it. There's a lot more blocks than I perhaps anticipated.
But we've got loads of them double blocks, the ones with the holes in, kicking around.
Let's get it sorted and tidied.
Polystyrene might as well come this way, because that's got
Bigger sheets, all the polystyrene can come out, yeah.
this way.
Anything burnable can go out
That way.
and round. But yeah, we had to put these in to stop the shit going that way. Because obviously from here, this last 2 sections aren't connected.
No, because it's been sheared there.
It's broken here.
Oh, it's broken. Oh, fuck, yeah.
So these literally.
If I ram into that, it's not going to fall down, is it?
Honestly, I don't fucking know.
I'm fucking no.
At least they had a big roof on it to fall on, yeah?
Go on. You're busting too anyway. Go on. You can do it. Yeah, it is. Give it a kick in.
I'll boot it.
Yeah, that'll go. Get some oomph behind it, boys. Go on. There you go, see? See? Just had to get angry with it.
Whole stack of polystyrene there, I didn't even notice.
How could you not notice the whole stack of polystyrene?
So yeah, if you're in charge of polystyrene, get that all.
I'll get that out that way.
You can take all the plastic and bits that are to be used for a fire out around that corner. Anything like the insulation stuff will make it a heat for the skip. Yeah,
Yeah, the insulation I'll scrape up because that's got to go in bags.
the bag skips off.
All right. We've pulled all that lot out. Our Aiden's cleared this area. Moved all the shitty bits of polystyrene. So we just got centre section needs a big bit of a clean and a scrape. Scrape it all down that way and then fucking flatten it out with the rake.
It's just moving shit from one place to the next, isn't it?
Yeah, but if I level it back with the rake, then it'll look better.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is, isn't it?
Job for Friday.
You cannot make it look tidy yet. Yeah, so if we can get, me and Cole can get the rest of the lid off
Tomorrow.
Friday we can come in and
Literally.
I think the starting what we need to do is drop this whole end out.
Yep.
Either cut all the beams and just push it, or
Do you want me to bring my cordless chainsaw in?
don't know, mate.
I can either bring a cordless chainsaw or I can bring a cordless circular saw
Well,
or both.
in my head is if we can drop that end section out and then just trim everything on each thing, so they're all coming out at 8 foot lengths.
Yep.
So you go boom at 8 foot.
Let them
Then
drop
down
down.
here, all this at 8 foot, all that at 8 foot. And before you know it, we've just got lots of 8 foot lengths. We can pick the bits of wood that are still good.
Yeah. And then we got wood for our path to go over the top of the filters.
Yeah, literally. And then what's no good, we will have a mighty fire.
Mighty fire. We started.
Sure, we'll throw that road for fire.
Yeah, but there is going to be plenty that come off that will go to the fire.
Be careful.
But stuff like this,
I go banging that because I had to run a ladder from. So I've got 5 ladders out there, but only most of them go that way, but some of them have to go that way. So I had like a floating platform because there was nothing holding me up here.
yeah, you know what it is. These joints here should have been on the beams.
Yeah, and they've missed. There's a whole section of roofing where they've missed the beam. And they've literally fixed it, but it was too far that way, so it all dropped, which is why we had a low spot. It must have been done in 1950 or whatever. It was done before Sean was born, and he's 50, so yeah.
But still looking a lot better than it did when we first got here. Nice one, boy. All the plastics out. Our Ricardo's been oh, pick that piece up. There's screws sticking out of that. Yeah, so all the plastics out, piled up. We started the fire. Ricardo's been out here piling up that shit. We've got little stacks of wood now, so that is all fire, apart from that bit of wood. That's got to go down to the farm to be seasoned for next year. This is wood, some of it can be used, some of it's chop it up if I can burn it. But as you can see, Rick's been de-wooding and stacking, roofing and whatnot. So we are getting there, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting there. Well, my little fruit bats, that's me home after an absolutely cracking day at the farm. I very much doubt I'm going to pick the camera up tomorrow because I think I'm going to be doing down shit tomorrow. Because all being well, Phoenix 2 will be down Friday afternoon. Ho, ho, ho. Yes, keep an eye out for that one. As always, guys and girls, thank you very much for joining along. On your way out, like, share, subscribe, and all that action mizzle. I've been Twisted Kai. You lot out there, you know you're great. And like I said, I very much doubt I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, yes, you will see me tomorrow because I'm going to unbox the Blagdon Veriflow pump. So we will see you tomorrow. And no, it hasn't been sent to me by Blagdon. It was actually sent to me by a it was sent to me by a subscriber. So yeah, we will see you tomorrow for a short unboxing.
That's all, cupcakes.
Yes, makes it all worth it.